Alright, now that you've seen the bathroom and kitchen, my work area, and my living room here, let's go to the bedroom. Oh yeah, ladies, I know what you're thinking. And yes, that is where all the action happens. I even have footage of what happened last Saturday night. Let's take a look at it. Come on, people, get your head out of the gutters. What did you expect was going to happen with me on a Saturday night like that? I'm a single dad. I work about 40, 50 hours a week and I come home, spend time with my son, make videos for all of you to watch, do art requests. Where do you think I got time to go out and get laid? I'm not really looking for that anyway, but just saying. Sleep is very satisfying. You should all try it sometime. I try to do it as much as I can. Anyway, let's move on to the bedroom. And there's my favorite hat. I keep it there in case I want to wear it. I usually wear it when I need a haircut. Well, here we are in my bedroom. I couldn't find a very decent angle in which to put the camera in here, so it's actually sitting on my bed right now. Yeah, I got a ton of shit in my bedroom. This is normally where all the posters end up that I couldn't find a place for out there when I keep buying new posters. So I have a bunch of posters that I didn't exactly want to leave out there. Like, I got Iron Man 3 and Spider-Man, my Spider-Man posters. Those actually survived the move from my parents' old house in Neosho from when I was a teenager. Once again, like, there's a lot of stuff in my room that are from different time periods in my life. Again, going with the whole, like, museum of nerdy stuff and things people have given me. Over in this area, I got the Todd Mooney Wall of Kiss. I should probably explain that. Todd's house kind of had a fire. He's a good friend from work. He watches all my videos. Thanks, Todd. He gave me a bunch of shit, and I said I'd gladly take it, and I found places for it in my house. He's given me a lot of stuff. A lot of the Star Wars stuff up here on top of my entertainment center. The Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. I hated Star Wars Episode 1. That was like one of the worst. The prequel trilogy was one of the worst things ever, but the lightsaber battle at the end of the movie was pretty cool, and Darth Maul was pretty cool. So I gladly accepted those, and now they sit on my entertainment center with my old Star Wars VHS cassette tapes from before the special editions came out in 97 or 8, I think it was. And of course my original Return of the Jedi lunchbox I had from when I was a kid, and some original Star Wars figures from the 70s and 80s. As well as my Darth Vader collector case up there. I've had that for a long ass time. I have computers. I always accumulate computers and computer parts. I always use them. And I got a system where I can hook it up to my television so I can see what I'm doing on my TV instead of using just a plain old monitor. So that computer's actually shit. I got a half-working Sega Genesis on top of it. I'm trying to fix it. I'll play in here once in a while before I go to bed if I got nothing else to do. Also, a spare PlayStation 2 with the iToy. I just don't have a game that's compatible with it yet. And of course, I got my converter box for satellite television. Houseathon, I guess I brought it in here to watch before bed one night. I'm still trying to get through all that. I still like VHS tapes. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so I got some of the most important movies growing up here. I got Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles. I just like how the cassette tapes look. And then I got some of the classic horror movies up here from the 1930s, Dracula, Frankenstein. I still love those movies. And again, more DVDs. I got almost every season of South Park up here, and I got almost every season of Jackass, every episode, all 3 movies. Married with the Children. I love old cartoons. Like, I love cartoons from like almost every era. I'm just a huge cartoon fanatic. Not an expert on like every fucking cartoon like some people are. Some people can just tell the dates. from when some of these came out, or if they were shown in a theater or on television when television was invented or whatever. I'm not an expert like that. I just appreciate cartoons. They got all those down there. Of course, different seasons of other things that I like Wonder Years, Knight Rider. And I don't have a lot of guitar stuff left. I used to have like a shit ton of guitars, and I had to get rid of some of them because I had to make space in my house, and a lot of it was sitting around. And I don't play as much as I used to when I was a teenager. When my teenage years was all about drinking and playing guitar, but it changes. Life changes, and so does your goals and what you want out of life. Yeah, at my entertainment center, I still got my distortion pedals for my guitars, and this over here, I use this computer to scan all my artwork in for every episode of like Game On, Artist Corner, Connor's Toy Box, all that stuff, and I put it on a little USB stick and take it into the kitchen to work on my laptop. It's a fucked up system, maybe chaotic or whatever, but that's kind of how my life is. So that's what I use all this stuff for. It works. Down in my drawers down here, I got extra hard drives. Because every episode, I do a lot of videos, so every Spider-Cast episode and all that stuff, I take it and I store it on all these hard drives, so I'm not taking up room on my laptop. Then if I need footage from one of them, I'll usually take the hard drive and plug it into my laptop and take the video and edit some footage out of whatever episode I want footage from. So yeah, even up here is stuff from other time periods too that I just kept around to make me think of when I was younger. This sign back here was really important. It says Lentz Auto Repair. That's been around since before I was even around. My dad was an auto mechanic for years. He had that at all of our old houses. I found it when I moved here, I think, and I just wanted to keep it because I remember when I was a kid, it was hanging above my dad's garage, and I didn't think it should be thrown out. It's still got my dad's original phone number on the bottom there. Original phone number. It was just something special. It makes me think back to when I was a kid. All this stuff too. I got my Popeye. I've got old style pin I got from Jeff Holland. We used to drink Old Style and Blatz all the time. We used to go get drunk when we were younger. Then I got my high school diploma and my grade school diploma up there. Never did me much good. You got my Spider-Man on a Zakk Wylde motorcycle and some more Star Wars shit over here. And I got pictures of some of the old cars I used to own up here. I miss these cars. They're really, really nice. You got this. My dad took me to a car show, Iola, in Wisconsin in 1990, and this was a can of beer from there. I've had it since 1990. Never opened. I just always thought it was neat. This is another thing that survived being in a shed for a number of years before I came upon it again. This I actually won an award on, this head right here. This came out when the first Spider-Man movie came out when I was in high school. I was probably about 16 or 17. And I sculpted that in school. It's like half me and half Spider-Man. And I actually won an award for it. If I can get it. Right there. Best sculpture of 2003. I was very happy to win that award. A lot of people thought it was really cool. Of course, I can't forget about my little Trans Am models. This is my favorite car of all time. 1979 Trans Am. My dream car. Still hoping I can have one day. And of course, I'm one of these people that can't sleep without the fan on. Over here is my bookshelf, as well as other things. I'm accumulating a lot of books, and I've only read like a portion of these. I want to read all of them, because there's so many books I want to read. I keep picking up books from like St. Vincent's and stuff, because there's a lot of them that like look good or that I take interest in. I got all my college textbooks. Over here I got books about World War II, because I find World War II history fascinating. My college books, whenever I need like reference for writing or color theory or how to, drawing certain things from animation school, I can always look them up for reference. College didn't do me a lot of good, but the textbooks still come in handy once in a while. And my psychology and sociology textbooks too. They're kind of interesting. I've kept some old stuff too, like my grandma kept some of these TV guides when Star Trek was popular, and I got the TV guide from 9/11 yet, which is very. This is when TV guides were like small and, you know, before digital television, which sucks, by the way. Digital TV sucks balls. This is also where I keep a lot of my other stuff. Like I got extra computer parts here again. I'm keeping all my son's homework from school, just so that he can look back on it years from now to see how far he's come, kind of like the stuff I've kept. Yeah, there's a box of like all of his baby stuff up here. I don't ever want to forget that time in his life. It was a very special time in my life, and I can't get that time back. I'm not having any more kids, so it's, you know, I just want to remember all that. I got a shit ton of model kits I'm gonna build eventually with my son when he's old enough to be patient enough to build model kits. And of course, up here is a bunch of extra tapes from my old camcorder I had, and a bunch of like wiring and wires, AC adapters and shit in this bag. It's almost like garbage, you can say. Down here's a shit ton of plug-and-play games. Remember those things? They were popular for a while, but they kind of died off. I'm doing a Game On episode about them. For a while, I went to St. Vincent's like each week and fucking just picked up a shit ton of them because you can pick them up for like $1. And now I got this huge fucking pile of plug-and-play games that eventually I'll get to and do a review on. Can't forget about Christmas Buzz Lightyear. My dad got me that for Christmas one year. It was a very special Christmas. He says like Christmas stuff, but his batteries are dead right now. Yeah. And of course I love up here. Like Santa Claus brought my son some of the old toys I had as a kid. In the box yet, which is amazing to find, but I didn't want to throw out the boxes because I remember seeing these toys in the stores, and I like, part of why I have this stuff is I like remembering how I felt at that time, seeing those toys in the stores and stuff. And a lot of this is I'm trying to recapture a lot of the feelings I had as a kid. That's why I kind of keep it around, because I missed those times. So that's why I got these up on my wall, like the old Batmobile from the 1989 movie, the Toy Biz one before Kenner bought the rights. And I got my real Ghostbusters boxes from some of the toys I got them. I got that black suit Spider-Man, which was fucking awesome, from Spider-Man 3. I don't remember my sister or my dad got me that, but still, it's cool nonetheless. Of course, up there I got Dr. House. That's when TV Guide got like big, and it was actually like a magazine or whatever. But yeah, I cried when House was taken off of television their last season. I'm a big House fan even to this day. I had to hang the TV Guide up there, which was a bitch because they were thick, and I had to fucking pound the tacks in with a goddamn hammer. And of course, more stuff from Scott Lippert, my Star Trek: The Next Generation kite set that's in the wrapping yet. Yeah. Over above my bed in this area, I got even more shit. And my suit I got made up for Ghostbusters 3, but now Ghostbusters 3 ain't happening. I thought it'd be cool if in the first couple movies the first one they had tan suits, the second one they had charcoal suits. Now in the third one it'd be cool if they took the olive green Nomex flight suit and made Ghostbusters suits out of it for a third movie. It's got the Ghostbusters 3 logo on it. I've worn that suit quite a bit throughout the years since I've had it. Austin's got one too that I had made up for him. But I've worn it to work, I've worn it to Christmas parades, I've worn it out pretty much everywhere. And of course I got my fedora and my tie up there too. And the Ghostbuster symbol that one of my ex-girlfriends gave me. Nikki gave me that. But I kept it up there because it looks cool. Of course I got all my bunch of other posters. I got signed Star Trek pictures up there from Mr. Scott Lippert and Miss Shannon Henman again. God gave me a lot of stuff. I hope you're watching this, Scott. And of course I got on my wall too. I love my son, so I like thinking about him and stuff before I go to bed. So I got a bunch of his stuff that he made for me, like posters and dinosaur pictures, a Father's Day card. They got all that stuff. I got the Traces of Death poster I got from Mr. Carl Holland, one of my best friends. And I even, on my bed, I've got my original stuffed Ninja Turtles from when I was a kid. Yay! Well, of course, I didn't exactly show you everything. I got to show off some of my guitars. One that a lot of people have probably seen in my videos is this one. I've always loved this guitar. I've had it for a long time. I got it after Dimebag Darrell from Pantera got killed. Didn't pay a whole lot for it. I've used it to record every one of my songs. The Game On theme, I've used this guitar on to record that. By far my favorite guitar. I haven't found another one yet that I really love as much as this one. It balances perfectly, sounds great. Just never really needed another guitar after I got this one. This one I always play. This one my dad got me one Christmas. It's not the best acoustic guitar in the world, but I still enjoy playing it. I haven't really wanted to get another acoustic guitar for this one. This one sounds good enough, especially when you put a mic up to this. It actually sounds fairly decent. And last but not least, these are the three that made the cut after I got rid of all my other guitars and shit, and I'm gonna have to sell some of them on eBay. It's the bass of the Steel Reserve. It's, well, actually, I called, yeah, that's kind of what I call this, but anyway. This one's been through hell, and this one's got quite a story to tell anyway. I bought this one for $50 off of one of my coworkers from the Allenton Inn, this restaurant I used to work at. Still has the original strings from I don't even know how many fucking years ago, when I was 21, so the strings on here are close to, I would say 12 years old. 11 years old, somewhere around there. And I had this at my parents' house, and yeah, I put all these stickers and shit on it, but this was at a time when I was like drinking heavily, like a lot, in my early 20s. And it was like 3 in the morning one night, and I had all these beer caps saved up in my room. And I wanted a guitar with beer caps on it, because I liked Zakk Wylde at the time, and he had one. And I was up fucking pounding beer caps into this fucking guitar, and this point, my mom came in my room and started bitching, like, "What the fuck are you doing? It's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Why the fuck are you pounding beer caps in your guitar?" It wasn't funny at the time, but looking back on it, it's still kind of funny. But yeah, this bass has been through a lot. It's got stickers and stuff all over it. I got the Hulk and Chef Ramsay on it, and Slayer, Ghostbusters symbol, ramen noodle thing on there. I've spilled beer on this guitar. I've thrown up on it. It's been through hell, and oddly enough, it still kind of works. It took a while before the electronics stopped working, but it still actually works. That'd be funny to tell you guys. This is a funny story. Okay, last but not least, as far as the guitars go, this one was actually a gift from some of my best friends from my first job at the Allenton Inn. They all pitched in and got me a guitar. I don't play this one much because I want to keep it nice. The one thing I did change on it was the pickups, though. This is a Dean ML, which is the one Dimebag Darrell used to play from Pantera. Actually, a pretty nice guitar. It's got like the Floyd Rose floating tremolo bridge and stuff, and I got some Dragonfire pickups in there. They actually sound pretty nice, better than the stock ones they had in it. But I don't play it much. I probably should play it more, just to appreciate it a little more, but I just don't want to get it all full of cups and shit, so that's why I stayed in. Okay, I'm sorry to have to do this. I keep finding that this video went on way longer than it was supposed to go. And, I'm going to have to split it into another part, so hope you enjoyed part 3, but stay tuned for part 4. Hopefully you guys come back, and hopefully you guys like the last 3 videos. Stay tuned.